All right, welcome to Triangle Talk, brought to you by Nelson Sports Network. It's our first episode here, and I think we're going to kick it off with a bang. We got NBA trade deadline talk. Lot of big deals happened in the past couple days. A lot of big names moving around. As a matter of fact, Wes, you had a big one you wanted to start off with, so let's get right into that one.
Let's start with the Harden trade. Darius Garland and a second for Harden. I think initially, and I still believe, picking up Harden, the Cavs, brilliant.
I agree.
They're going for it now. Harden, I know Cavs fans weren't very excited over Harden, but look, you dump a guy in Garland that is never available.
Right.
Young talent, he's good, misses a lot of games.
Yep. And like you said, he's good when he plays, but he doesn't seem to be playing a whole lot. He's always hurt. And Harden's a killer, dude.
Harden's available all the time. He don't load manage. Very seldom injury.
Right.
And he scores and he playmates, and that's what they needed.
Yeah, he's a 28 and 8 assist guy. I mean, he puts up 30 plus points.
Yeah, I think
more often than not.
26 points, 8.5 assists this year.
He's great.
Shocker is what the Clippers were doing. They were like, they started like 6-20. Since then, like 18-5 with Harden there. Why would you dump him?
Well, and the reports I saw was like his teammates were kind of shocked by the trade request. I mean, Kawhi was like taken aback by it because they'd been doing so well recently. I think the team kind of thought like, hey, we finally got it rolling. Let's see where we can go with this. But
I don't know why he would ask out, but I mean, it's not. Are we shocked? It's the fourth time in what, six years?
I don't think we can be shocked by anything with Harden anymore.
he did this to the Rockets. He did this to the Sixers. He did everybody. But I think if you can go win one this year, and that's what the Cavs are trying to do, obviously, they're win now. I think you're trading a guy that you just haven't had available all year, and you're getting James Harden. I do it all day.
Yeah.
I think the Cavs fans will come playoff time. They're going to, now that's another thing. Harden's playoff history is not great.
Not great at all, but Harden's a great player. And I think if you get him on the right team, like this Cleveland team's got a ton of talent, and they've been right there for several years now since Donovan went over there, and they got some pretty good young players. And I mean, I don't know. I think adding Harden to that mix, I still think the Pistons are the favorite in the East right now, but I would be watching out. I mean, these Cavs are coming for you. And I mean, really all that was attached to this draft was that second round pick. It was basically player for player at that point. I mean, I think the Cavs won this,
I did too, initially. But, so we know, okay, the trade was great for the Cavs.
Right.
They didn't lose anything they needed to make this run. They gained Harden. Okay, enough said. So then I'm thinking, well, the Clippers, man, it just got uglier for them.
Right.
Look, they didn't have any future picks.
No, none at all.
Thunder had some, Philly owned some. They were pretty depleted in that department. But they send who we thought maybe they're going to blow this thing up.
Right.
Is Kawhi going to be bounced?
Right. That was my thought. My initial thought when I saw the report on Harden going out or wanting out was, okay, this is the start of it. This is the Clipper downfall. Harden's going to go. Kawhi is going. Like, they're just going to start dumping everything, and they're going to get a bunch of picks, and they're going to try to basically do it in reverse of the way they've done it for several years now, where they bring in these older stars and try to win now. I thought, okay, maybe it's time they're going to blow it up, but then the next deal.
Well, they send Zubac out.
Yeah.
Okay. Great trade for Indiana.
Yes.
They get Zubac is a stud.
Okay. Oh yeah. Zubac he's a great player. And he's kind of been a quietly great player over there in LA because there are superstars, with big names there. The guy gets overlooked, but I mean, he's 20 and 10 every single time he's on the floor.
Great
minimum.
Defender too. Great defender. Okay. So they send him out. They get back Benedict Mathurin, stud young player.
Yes. Yeah.
Isaiah Jackson, decent.
Good role player.
The 2026 first round pick from Indiana. Okay, this is huge.
That is huge.
So Indiana's looking at being in the lottery. That pick, they're bottom 4 right now, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, not long ago, they were the worst record in the league. Right. So, I mean, at that point, they've got the highest odds to get the number 1 pick.
I'm looking at it. There's no protections on that pick. So they would, if they'd have finished, even if they'd have went in tank mode, which I would have if I was them anyway.
Right.
You got to guarantee yourself a top 4 pick.
Exactly. Okay? Yeah.
So it was shocking they would attach that one, but maybe they feel, okay, if we build for next year, say we tank, we get that top 5 pick. We get a great young player. The draft's loaded. We know that.
Oh, 7 or 8 deep.
You get a great player, but is that player going to be Cooper Flagg right out the gate? Hard to say.
It is hard to say.
They get Halliburton back next year. Now you're win now again.
Right.
So they bring in the center. That team's loaded. That pick's, they might do just enough now to drop that pick.
Right.
Now maybe it's 6 to 10 range, depending on how they do with Zubac. I don't think he's going to move the needle for them a ton.
No, but he's definitely going to make them better than what they were. I mean, they were bad. They were really bad.
So you send that pick out, which for the Clippers here, not bad. Now they're replenishing some of their closet full of picks here. Yep. They get the 26. They get a 29 with no protections from the Pacers. They also get a 28 second, which second, whatever. But
yeah, second round picks are weird in the NBA. Sometimes you find a diamond in the rough, but it seems like more times than not, these guys end up being maybe a role player, if that. I mean, it's really your top, 10 to 15 picks are really where you want to be if you're trying to build through a draft.
Right. You're not getting a joker every year in the second round.
Right, exactly.
Draymond Green. But so initially, I think Cleveland won that trade.
Yes, I agree with that.
Going further, the Clippers didn't come out here all too bad. They get a young player in Garland. If the kid can stay healthy and he's had 2 toe injuries, so it's not like he's tearing up a knee.
Right.
Or if he can get right and give him some minutes, he's young enough. With these picks, they can kind of throw something together to start over again.
Oh yeah.
Keeping Kawhi, I don't know. I still think they could move him in the offseason. He's only got 2 years left. He signed a 3-year
I think 2
extension.
years, yep. And I think Kawhi, don't get me wrong, I know Kawhi's a great player. Kawhi had his time. Kawhi hardly ever plays.
Well, he's great when he's out there, though.
Right, but he hardly ever plays. And it's so frustrating, these guys that are load managing like this. It's crazy, but
I think that's another reason Harden wanted out.
Yes,
I don't know.
I do.
But I think
there was animosity.
Yep, he's available. They give Kawhi an extension and not Harden.
Yep.
I think that was the problem.
Yeah, and to Harden, I think, just my thoughts, looking from the outside in, it almost seems to me like I'm out here playing every night, trying to get this team to the playoffs. You're playing whenever you feel like it, which is, 27 games a year at this point. And like you said, they offered Kawhi the extension. Well, then I want out.
Yep.
I'm going to go somewhere and actually try to win. See ya. Another trade that I actually forgot about happened a couple days ago. The Cavs have actually added quite a bit at this trade deadline. The Cavs had a 3-team deal with Chicago and Sacramento. They sent DeAndre Hunter to Sacramento, and they brought in Keon Ellis from the Kings, Dennis Schroeder from the Kings, and Emmanuel Miller from the Bulls. And then the Bulls received Dario Saric and a 27 second round and a 29 second round. I mean, you bring in Dennis Schroeder, he's another really good role player, dude. I mean, this Cavs team is pretty deep at this point.
Yeah, they didn't have they really didn't have that point guard off the bench.
Right.
And Schroeder's a dog, man.
Yeah, he's is.
Scrappy. He'll get in there.
Oh yeah, he's fun to watch. I mean, the guy plays hard every night.
I think the move with Hunter there was to shed salary. I think he just signed a 3-year deal for $50 million total. So
yeah. Yep.
They had to get some of that salary off, or they're going to be. I think they had the highest payroll.
I think so. And Hunter's a great player. I think the Kings really got a good player there, but I agree with you. That was a salary dump. Let's bring in whatever we can. Let's get some money off the books. And then I think it made it able to do that James Harden trade at that point, because now they had the money, there that they could actually move a guy and bring in a superstar.
Well, and I think the salaries were dang near identical on that Harden and Garland trade. Also.
Right.
I don't think the Cavs could bring in, I'm sure they couldn't bring in more than they sent out. So that was probably a salary match. So when all the trades, they got under the tax.
Yep.
And they got better.
Oh, they got better
and
for
Keanu
sure.
Ellis, he's a good defender. I don't know how he's going to fit in there. Like, I don't know he's obviously not going to be in the starting lineup.
No, but I think he'll be a nice like spark plug piece off the bench. Like you said, he's a good energy player. Get him off the bench, 8-10 minutes a night and just kind of give one of your guys a rest. He plays hard. He's going to play good defense. Like, he's just all over the court. So I think he's a good spark plug guy off the bench. He is what he is. He knows his role and he's going to accept that and play. Let's jump back a little bit. Earlier in January, we had I guess kind of a big deal. Big name involved, but I don't know how this trade's really going to work out. But CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert go to Atlanta for Trey Young to the Wizards. And then later on in the trade, market or whatever you want to call it, the Wizards ended up acquiring Anthony Davis. Let me pull this one up real quick. I want to look at the details on this one because I'm kind of baffled at what the Wizards are doing here. Are they just taking on everyone's big money or what? Where is that one? I know I just saw it right here. This was a big deal. We got a lot of names moving.
The Wizards, I don't know. They're tired of losing. I get it. Look, Trey Young's not a bad player. The guy's defense is terrible.
Terrible.
Which isn't, that's getting to be the norm in the NBA, right?
It is.
But maybe if they could get a healthy AD alongside of him. They kept Sarr.
Yeah.
They still got some young guys there that.
Well, I think they've actually got some good young talent in Washington. So that's what kind of baffled me about these two moves. Like, you bring in two, we'll call them superstars. Trey Young, big name, big scorer. He's been a 4 or 5 time All-Star. And Anthony Davis, same thing. Big name. Everyone loves this guy, but you're bringing in two guys that are constantly hurt.
Yeah.
Constantly hurt. And really, I just saw last night, they announced Anthony Davis. They're shutting him down for the year.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they want him to recover for next year. It's like, well, yeah, that's every year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But this trade, look at these names. So I don't know what Charlotte was. They must have just been to match salary. They received Malachi Brownham.
Yeah.
That's it. Washington received Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell.
I like Jaden Hardy, though. He's nice.
Yeah, he is good. D'Angelo Russell and Dante Exum. I forgot Dante Exum even played still, honestly. And then Dallas gets Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Tyus Jones, Marvin Bagley III, a 2026 first round from Oklahoma City, a 2030 first round from Golden State, and then 3 future second rounds from the Wizards. So Dallas got a pretty good haul out of this.
Yeah, I heard Middleton might even be a buyout candidate there.
I could see that.
I don't know what Dallas is doing. Dallas needs they're trying to save face. They knew they screwed up so bad, but we're not going to get into that. That was horrible. The picks they got back, like, what'd they get here in that?
Well, you got a 26 first round from Oklahoma City. That's not gonna be a top pick. It's gonna be at the bottom of the first round. So it's still a first round. So you might get a pretty good player out of it, but you're not drafting in the top 15, not even the top 20.
No.
And then 2030 from Golden State.
Well, that could be a decent
pick, a good pick when we get there. That one's hard to judge because we don't know what. That's 4 years away. We don't know what Golden State's going to be in 4 years.
They got no young talent now.
Right.
Kuminga's gone now. They shipped him out. So
yeah. Let's get into that one. Okay, real quick. I just wanted to say one thing on this. Basically, what this looks like to me, when it's all said and done, and this sounds terrible, but basically the Mavs traded Luka Doncic for buying out Chris Middleton. That's what I see here, and that is terrible.
Yeah,
that is terrible.
Well, yeah. What did they total get so Chris Middleton and then the picks that they got
Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones is a decent bench guy. Bagley, Bagley's been hurt quite a bit, but when he plays, he's a decent bench guy. They got no starters out of this. No starters at all in this whole Luka Doncic ordeal, because this goes back to the Luka thing.
Yeah, they wanted for some reason they wanted Luka out so
bad. Crazy. I don't understand it.
It makes no sense. But
like you just brought up, let's get into that Porzingis for Kuminga trade. So the Warriors finally get off Kuminga. I don't know what their problem was with Jonathan Kuminga. They have hated this guy since he's been there. Yeah. I don't get it. What was your thoughts on this one? Kuminga and Buddy Hield go to Atlanta for Kristaps Porzingis.
I love Kuminga's finally going to get some time to play.
Me too.
I like Kuminga. Look what he did in the playoffs last year for them.
Yeah.
I think he averaged like 18 and 7 in that series he played. He finally got minutes.
The kid is super talented. I don't understand what Golden State did not like about this
athletic
guy. Yeah.
I think the Warriors, here's my thought. They were in on Giannis. I think they would have done whatever they could. They just didn't, as for a lot of teams, they didn't have enough for the Bucks to want to trade him now. These teams are going to have more in the offseason. The Bucks knew it. So why rush it?
And I don't blame the Bucks. Why would you trade a guy like Giannis if you're not getting exactly what you want and more? You know,
he's not causing problems there. He's not begging out right now. So, yeah, you got to wait. As teams get multiple more picks available in the offseason,
exactly.
Hold out, get 4 picks for him plus whoever, right?
Well, and I think it opens Giannis up because I think the Bucks are going to do Giannis right. They're going to be like, look, dude, you brought us a championship. You stayed with us as a small market.
Yep.
You did us right. Let us do you right. And I think, like you said, this opens up a lot more opportunities for other teams to be in on the Giannis trade. Sure. And I think that's kind of, I honestly think the Bucks probably sat down with Giannis and said, look, these are the teams that can make an offer to us. Are you interested?
Yep.
And he probably said, no, not really. And said, okay, let's just wait. We want to do you right, dude. I really want to see Giannis end up in Minnesota.
Yep.
That wasn't going to happen at the deadline because Minnesota didn't have enough assets. But like you said, when we get to the offseason, a lot more teams are going to have a lot more assets. I think there's going to be a lot more. We were talking 3 or 4 teams that could have been in on this. When we get to the offseason, it could be 9 or 10 teams.
Well, yeah, the Knicks were in there, right?
Right.
Well, really, the Bucks need young talent. Knicks. What the Knicks are going to give them back is a Mikal Bridges or a
Karl Anthony Towns.
That's not really that's going to make them competitive, maybe a playoff team.
But it's not going to tilt the pendulum at all. It's not going to do much.
It's not going to let them build fast.
Right.
And it's also not going to propel them to a top 4 team in the West.
Exactly.
So you have to, or in the East, sorry.
Yeah, East, yep.
I agree with what the Bucks did. I think the Warriors, they knew they were out on Giannis. So, okay, well, we got to do something here. Porzingis is a nice player when he's able to play. He's another one that's just never available.
Porzingis is an awesome player. You know, they called him the unicorn for a reason.
Right.
But the problem is he's ill all the time. He'll play one night and then he'll take 3 nights off, and it's always an illness. I don't know what the guy's got going on. I wish him well. I hope whatever it is he can take care of, because he is an awesome player. But I mean, I saw a report after this of Steve Kerr saying things like, "Oh, I'm so excited about. We've never had a player like Kristaps Porzingis." What do you mean you never have? What? You've had Steph Curry, you've had Draymond Green, you've had Klay Thompson. Like, you've had great shooters. That's really what Kristaps is at this point, is a really good shooter.
Yeah,
He's not a big muscle guy. He's not going to go down and get a ton of rebounds. I mean, he gets a few rebounds because he's got the size, but he's not a banger down on the block.
Never really had a center or a big man that could shoot like him. That I mean,
fair.
Who was one of the better ones that they had during their Bogut? Maybe,
yeah, Andrew Bogut.
You know,
he was awesome for him on those couple of years.
I don't know. I have a hard time with Steve Kerr.
Me too. I'm not a fan.
I don't understand him, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to do anything for the Warriors.
Me either.
Yeah.
I don't think it moves anything for the Warriors. If anything, I think the Warriors got worse.
Right.
They got rid of Kuminga and Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield's a really good shooter.
They got rid. Yeah, right. Well, he's so streaky though.
He is.
I don't know that they got worse since they weren't playing Kuminga anyway.
Fair.
I would rather have right now. I would rather have Kuminga than Kristaps, because Kuminga's always available. He just doesn't ever get to play for whatever reason. Right. I don't understand it, but
him
will now.
Him going to Atlanta, he should move into that starting rotation immediately.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, what else has Atlanta got? They've got the Johnson kid who's a stud. Jalen Johnson.
Yes,
that dude is a freak. Yeah, that dude's awesome.
The French kid.
Zachariah Researche
or whatever.
But even he was the number 1 overall pick. He has not looked that great.
No,
I think he's got a lot of talent. He might come around. I'm not saying he's not gonna, but we're 2 years into him, and I'm not impressed. Alex Sarr has been a way better player, and he was the number 2 pick in that draft, which that was a weak draft. It really was.
Yeah.
But Alex Sarr has been the star of that draft.
Researche looked better, I thought, last year than
he
this
did.
Year,
but I mean, Kuminga's going to move into dude. Buddy Hield might end up starting for the Hawks.
Oh yeah, he could.
Like they might have gotten 2 starters out of this trade. I think the Hawks won this trade hands down.
Yep.
They got rid of Porzingis. Porzingis is expensive and never available.
Yep.
I think we touched on the Zubac. Did we go over the details of that one? I think you talked about the draft picks and stuff in that one, right?
Yep. I actually do think, going back to that trade, I think the clip I don't know if the Clippers knew that their time losing Harden was probably going to be it. So they recouped what picks they could, which that Indiana pick will be good.
Oh, that Indiana pick will be good. That 29 Indiana pick could actually be really good too. I don't know. I mean,
you don't know 3 years down the road who get
was this NBA Finals run they went on last year? Was that a fluke? I don't know. I mean, if it wasn't, then that tells me that Tyrese Halliburton is the best point guard in the league.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's my thought on it. How can losing, I get it, best player, right? But how does losing your best player go from NBA Finals to top of the lottery?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy how bad they're playing without him. Now, it could be. I mean, it could be that big to him.
It could be. He might come back next year from injury, and we might see them back in a top 3 spot in the East. Now, okay, then fair enough. The guy is a great player, and I'm not taking anything from Halliburton.
He's good.
Just kind of blew my mind how far they fell by losing him. Really, the only other thing they lost was Miles Turner to the Bucks, which Miles Turner is a good player as well, but I didn't think losing that would have such a drastic, change for the team.
I think that adding Zubac probably will give them what five extra wins when the season's over. What I'll say. So that pick's still going to be really good.
Zubac really replaces what they lost in Miles Turner. Plus, I think Zubac's a better offensive player than Turner, and I think he's as good defensively. Rebounding, I'd say they're about equal.
Turner's shot.
Right. But defensively, I think Zubac's the way better player.
Yep.
So I think they really did well. Hey, like mid-season, let's try to replace the guy we lost. They get that in. They get a few picks out of it. Hey, you guys did really well on that one, I think.
Yep, for sure.
The Celtics moving Anfernee Simmons for Nikola Vucevic.
Once again, dude, the Celtics, smart move.
Yep.
So Simon's balled for them this year.
Yes, he has.
Good scorer for them, but the Celtics didn't lack scorers, and they're going to get it. Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, Jaylen Brown's playing at an MVP level.
Yeah. Tatum's been out the whole season, and they're still playing this well.
And reports are he's going to play this year. I think he's going to play. What I heard. He might come back slow and be on the bench for a while, but he's going to play again. If he does, that team's going to make a run.
Oh, absolutely, they are.
That was a huge get for them. Huge.
This is exactly what they were missing, was a big-bodied defensive rebounding guy who can score down on the block. They haven't had that in a while, and Vucevic is a stud.
He is.
Vucevic has been hidden on the Bulls for so many years now. A lot of people don't realize how good this guy actually is.
They only need him. He's a 12-8 guy.
Yes.
That's all they need out of him.
Exactly.
He's capable of putting up 25 a game.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
great trade for the Celtics. That's what they needed. Absolutely.
We've seen games where he's for the Bulls where he's put up 20 and 20.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's that guy.
And he can shoot. And the Celtics love to, we know Missoula loves them to launch threes.
And really all that was attached on these 2 picks was Chicago got a 26 second round pick, and Boston got a 27 second round pick. So this really was just a player for player trade.
Yeah, it was a good trade for both.
Yes.
I like Simons, man. That kid's a stud.
Yes.
I don't know what Chicago's I don't know what direction they're gonna go.
I don't either, because let's get into this one now. I think this might be one of the biggest impact trades of the deadline. The Timberwolves bring in Ayo Dosunmu and Julian Phillips. Chicago gets Rob Dillingham, who I think is a really
I liked him,
talented guy.
Yep.
Leonard Miller, and then they get it's all second round picks, but they get quite a few picks out of this. 2026 second round pick, which is the least favorable between Denver or Golden State. A 27 second round pick from Cleveland. A 2031 second round pick, which is the most favorable between Minnesota and Golden State. And a 2032 second round pick, which is the most favorable between Phoenix and Houston. Now, that's a lot of second round picks, but again, like we've said before, you can find diamond in the rough in the second round. There are good players in the second round.
Yep.
So I think when you get 4 of them like that in a 5-6 year stretch, you might hit on 1 or 2 of those where you get a really good role player or even a starter.
Teams, second round picks with the new CBA is actually a good thing to have in your pocket too.
Well,
those contracts.
Look at what the Thunder have done.
Yeah, teams like those second round contracts.
Yes. But I think the big one on this one is Ayo. I think Ayo going to the Timberwolves, he adds a defensive aspect and he adds a pretty good offensive aspect, but I think he brings a really good defensive aspect to that Timberwolves team.
Yep.
Rudy Gobert is a good defensive guy down on the block, but they don't have a ton of perimeter defense. Anthony Edwards is a great player, but he's not a super great defensive player. Yeah, he's more of a scorer.
I think he will be because that kid has a motor.
Yeah. And I think Ayo could really bring that out of Anthony.
Yep.
And then Rob Dillingham going to Chicago. I think they got a good prospect there. I mean, Rob Dillingham was a first round pick last year or the year before.
Yeah, last year, the year before. I can't remember.
I want to say it was this past year, but I think I'm wrong because that was Cooper
play. Top 10 pick too.
Yeah, I think he was actually the year before Cooper. But Dillingham, I really liked him coming out of college, and I think he's going to be a really good player. So I think this trade, I think both teams did pretty well here. What was another trade you wanted to get into?
Real quick, the Suns trade. I think, the Suns nobody thought the Suns would be winning like this. Not after the offseason they had, right? I mean, Booker's nice, and Jalen Green, who just hasn't been available.
Right.
I love that kid. I really do. Great score. Just injuries, man, one after another.
Yep.
But so who they bring in Cole Anthony. Who did they send out for him?
So the Suns sent out Nick Richards to Chicago.
Right.
And they sent out Nigel Hayes-Davis to Milwaukee.
I don't think Nick Richards had even been in their rotation since they brought Williams in. I don't think he'd been playing at all.
Yeah, he hadn't really played a lot. And again, another good, he's a good role player if he gets in the right situation, but there wasn't room for him there,
yep.
And then they also, it looks like, so Phoenix sent Nick Richards to Chicago and Nigel Hayes-Davis to Milwaukee. So another role player.
Yep.
But then Milwaukee also brought in Ousmane Dieng, I believe it's pronounced.
Yep.
That he came from Chicago. But Phoenix, I think, really won on this one. Cole Anthony from Milwaukee and Amir Coffey from Milwaukee.
Yeah. Well, Cole Anthony, he'll be their sixth man.
Yes.
Phoenix, they've been playing good ball, man.
Yeah.
They just keep finding ways to win. Down 10, down 12, down 18.
Yep.
They just find a way to grind it out. And they got a spark plug off the bench now who's capable of giving you 25 a game. Cole Anthony can go off in a minute, man.
Anthony's awesome.
Yeah, he is. So that trade, huge for Phoenix. The other stuff, moving parts.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah, a lot of that's salary movement.
Phoenix got a guy they can use for a run. I like that Phoenix team right now, and they're fun to watch.
So do I. Another one I really liked was the Hornets bringing in Kobe White from the Bulls. The Bulls had a lot of movement.
They did.
They moved a lot of pieces around, and I don't know what they're really doing, but hey, if it's not working, shake it up, right?
The Hornets.
I do.
Just when you're ready to give up on the Hornets, ball needs to go, ball needs to leave. What are we doing here?
I'm excited about it now.
The Hornets are winning.
I liked Brandon Miller coming out of college.
Yes.
I thought he was such a talented player.
Yep.
In the first year or two, it was kind of like, this might be a bust. I don't know. But man, he's blown up this year. He's looking awesome. He looks like a second overall pick.
I've been a Kobe White guy, obviously, since the Tar Heels. But where's he gonna fit here? Is he coming off the bench?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because I don't know how he's gonna get in that lineup. Not with how they're playing now.
Right. You've got Ball at point guard. You've got
Connor Miller.
Con. I would say Con at shooting guard. Miller at 3. So is Kobe White going to be that spark plug off the bench? That's kind of what I'm seeing here.
And then you got the 4.
Cacklin.
No,
Kalkbrenner. Oh yeah,
Bridges.
Yeah. I forgot Bridges is there.
You can't slide anybody to get Kobe White into the starting 5,
right?
Because Bridges ain't playing the 5. So Kobe's going to have to come off the bench because I ain't interrupting what you got going on with Brandon Miller and Con's dude.
It's finally working.
Yep,
like it looks good.
But that was a good move for them. They got better.
And Chicago brought in Colin Sexton, who it didn't really work out in Chicago, but when Sexton was with I believe the Jazz, right before he went to Chicago or before he went to Charlotte, Colin Sexton looked like a really promising player. And then he went to Charlotte, wasn't really getting time because Ball and Con and all this. Now he goes to Chicago.
Chicago's got a bag. A second round.
Yeah, dude.
Now.
Yeah, they got 3 more out of this one. Like, so I don't know. Is Chicago going to try to package a bunch of these second round picks to try to go get a first round pick? Maybe.
Well, if you do, in order to do that, it's going to have to be somebody in the back of the in the back or a ways out there, probably.
But that might work out, right? Send 3 or 4 of them for, a middle of the pack type of first round pick in 3 years.
Teams value these seconds more than us fans do, let's say, right? We don't get excited about all these moving second round picks, but these teams like these picks.
Right. Another one, the Lakers bring in Luke Kennard. They send Gabe Vincent and a 2032 second round pick to Atlanta for Luke Kennard. What are the Lakers doing?
Well, I don't know. The Lakers need defense.
Yeah.
They didn't get that.
They brought in another shooter.
Now, I firmly believe the shooter was on their roster already in Connect. I love that kid. Why he don't get to play, I don't know.
Yeah.
Rumors where they were trying to move off of him. There's no takers. Why? I don't know. What the league knows something I don't.
Right.
Because I like that Connect kid. He
so
just
do
doesn't
I.
get any minutes. The one trade for sure that I want to get into, the JJJ trade.
Yes, that's the one I was just trying to look for.
So
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Here. Okay. So we heard for how long that Ja Morant was probably going to go, right?
Yep.
Trying to find a suitor for him. Now, they said come trade deadline, there wasn't many solid offers for him, not much interest.
Right.
I get it.
I do too.
I really thought that the Heat would make some kind of probably lowball offer to get him there because of the Heat culture.
Yep.
Pat Riley, like he could probably, if any team, get Ja on the right track.
Yes. Me and you have talked about this before off camera, where that is the one team I think that could get Ja in the right mindset. Look, dude, like if you don't shapen up, you're going to blow your entire career. You've got all the talent in the world. Ja Morant is one of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA. But man, the kid just can't stay out of trouble. Like, come on, pull your head out of your bleep and let's do this thing. Like, and I agree with you. Me and you have talked about it numerous times about, the Heat. That's the one place, like you said, the Heat culture. That's the one place that could really set him on the right path and get the most out of him because he's still really young. He's still got a lot of years.
And Pat Riley don't play either.
No, right.
So I think that I thought their idea was they would make a play for Ja, try him for a couple of years and see what they could do. I think it would have been worth it for him. I was shocked there was no play for Ja come deadline. Too. I was even more shocked that Jaren Jackson was the one that got moved.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with this trade. So Utah, okay, there was talks maybe they'd keep blowing it up too, stockpiling picks, maybe Markkanen would be on his way out this year close to the deadline. Then those talks went away. Markkanen, I like Markkanen. He's
so
a great
do I.
player.
I think he's awesome.
I think it was fine that they held him. They bring in another stud in Jaren Jackson, defensive center point. Man, this kid is a stud on the defensive side of the
phenomenal.
ball. He can still score. Those two can fit together because Markkanen can space the floor freaking awesome.
Well, yeah, right? they can move Markkanen into the 4 where he fits more naturally.
Do you think Jaren Jackson will play the 5?
I think if it's me, I'm putting Jackson at the 5 and I'm moving Markkanen into the 4.
I think where the Jazz need to work now, they need that anchor. They need that guy that can table set for these guys. Right. They need that stud point guard. Whether they really have him on the roster or not, I don't think they do.
I don't think they do either. And here's why. Because I know a lot of people are going to say Keontae George, right? George has been playing awesome this year. Dude, George has been a top 15 guard in the league this year. But
just more of a combo guard.
He's a 2.
Yeah, he's
exactly.
A 2.
He's a scorer. He's not a playmaker in the sense of like being a point guard and facilitating. He's more of a get open and shoot, drive to the hoop. Like he's a scorer. And I think he's a great one. But I think they still need a point guard. But Utah is going to be drafting low enough or high enough in the draft. They could go get themselves a point guard this year.
That's just it.
And this thing could turn around really fast.
Jaren Jackson is not going to play a ton of games here. And here's why.
Right.
Ainge is not going to let that team miss this lottery.
Right.
So I would have guessed Jaren Jackson might have a few
injuries,
illnesses.
Yeah. Tummy bugs.
Yes. I think they're still, and maybe that's where they're going to try to build their backcourt is through the draft. Because look at what they sent out. Look at what the Grizzlies got borderline fleeced in this trade.
They really did. I really like Walter Clayton. I think Walter Clayton was awesome at Florida. They won on that national championship run. I personally have high hopes for Clayton. I think he could be the starting point guard in Memphis. I thought he was going to be because I thought Ja was going to be out. Right. But I don't know if he is necessarily an NBA point guard. I don't know,
guys. Those 4 players were salary matches.
Yes,
this trade was really about the 3 future picks.
Yes, but that's what Memphis wanted.
But let's talk about those picks they got. They didn't get the Jazz's 26.
No,
Ainge wasn't going to let that happen.
No, absolutely not.
So you get a Lakers 27.
Yep.
Top 4 protected. The Lakers are probably, Luka's there. Regardless of what they do with LeBron or whoever,
they'll be
Luka's
middle
still
of the
there, so they're gonna still be decent. So that 27 pick to me, even top 4 protected, I don't think it would not a chance it'll be in the top 4.
No.
Okay. They get a Jazz. Well, they get a 27 first, Jazz, Cavs, or Wolves, whichever one would be the favorable.
Yep.
Okay, so at this point, you'd like to think it'd be the Jazz. That's 2 years out.
Right.
If the Jazz hit in this draft, put some pieces there because they're going to have cap. Even bringing Jaren Jackson in, they're going to have money to spend. Okay, that pick might not be very good either.
Exactly.
Obviously, that's why the Jazz send it out.
Yep.
And then they get the Suns 31.
Those are hard ones to predict.
That's a hard one to judge. That's too far out.
Guys move around so much in the NBA. It's so hard to know.
So that might be a pretty decent one.
Right.
It could go either way.
Right. Or it could be a really bad one. Who knows?
Right.
But no, I agree with you. I think Memphis, they got fleeced on this trade. I mean, really, what did they get out of it? The 3 first-round picks, which are probably at best, all 3 of them at best are going to be middle of the pack. 12 to 20 picks.
Yep.
And then, looking at it from my point of view, it's Walter Clayton. That's the player you got.
It's jury's still out on Clayton.
Right. Kyle Anderson, we know what Kyle Anderson is. He's a good role player. Taylor Hendricks.
I love George Niang though.
Right.
I love that guy.
Me too. But again, we know what he is. He's a role player.
Yeah.
He's a decent role player.
No, that was all about the picks.
Yep.
Memphis, I don't know what their deal was. Maybe they panicked here. This team's not going to work because of Ja. Nobody wants Ja right now, but we got to do something anyway.
That's kind of what I think.
They just signed Jaren Jackson to a 5-year monster deal.
I know.
So this guy's still got 4 years left.
Well, here's what I see. I look at this Utah team and I see Jackson at the 5, Markkanen at the 4. If Ace Bailey pans out, you've got Ace Bailey at the 3. You've got Keontae George at the 2.
Ace Bailey shows flashes at times.
I know.
He's so athletic, and the guy is
that
and
team,
then other games he looks so disconnected to what's going on.
That team has a ton of talent.
They do.
That Kyle Filipkowski, he's been really good. He's a really good six man. I believe so. Yeah.
So I just think it come down to maybe the owner even said, "Look, I'm tired of losing here. Let's do something and try to get let's try to get some wins."
And a lot of people, I know this is kind of plays into hockey a little here, but a lot of people don't realize the owner of the Jazz is the guy who brought the Arizona Coyotes to Utah and made the Utah Mammoth.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So he came in with a plan. They're sharing the stadium and everything. This guy wants to build a brand new facility. This guy wants winning teams. The Mammoth has started looking like a pretty solid team here this season. He's looking at doing the same thing with the Jazz. He's like you said, look, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of losing. We're going to make a splash here. It might not pan out, but we're going to do something here to get the fans excited. You bring in JJJ, a defensive player of the year, and a perennial contender for it every single year. Yep. He's won at least one of them.
I love
maybe
Jaren
two
Jackson.
of them now.
Yep.
But you bring in a guy like that with the young talent that they have, and Jackson's young too.
Yep.
Jackson's probably 26, 27?
Well, yeah, and that's another guy they get that's already inked for multiple years.
4 years left on that contract.
Contracts are, I think, Markkanen's 3 more years. So yeah, they're set up.
That's going to be a scary team next year.
This draft is going to be important for them.
Yes. If they can get high enough to where they can get a guy like we know it's probably not going to be Darren Patterson.
He'll probably
Patterson's probably going number 1.
Well, he could. That draft's going to be so interchangeable with those top 3. I mean,
he's probably going to go 2.
How does Dibansa? Where does he fit in? Boozer.
I forgot about Boozer. Yeah.
I think this draft, instead of those top 3 teams, it's going to be position of need probably versus best player, because which one is the best? Do you need a stretch 4 in Boozer? Do you need that 3?
Right.
I mean,
Patterson, I think, is more of like a 1 or 2. Ayo,
he hasn't been very available either, though.
No, he hasn't.
I'd have on that kid's amazing, but he's been injuries, man. It's been.
But then like Ayo, he's like a 2 or 3, and like you said, Boozer, he's like a 3 or 4. So it's going to come down to what do you actually need more than you've got 1 A, B, and C. So what do you need more?
I usually say take the best player every time. But in this draft, positional need might be the way to go, because I mean, I couldn't pick between those 3 guys for sure.
Right.
And this draft is OB deep.
Oh, yeah. Like I said earlier, this might be 7 or 8 deep at the top. I mean, there's some really, really good talent.
Wilson out of UNC?
Yeah. That kid from Tennessee. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I was just talking to you about him the other day. That kid from Tennessee, he's really good.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of good talent out there. Another one I want to get into really bad, because this Pistons team.
Yep. I wanted to cover this one.
This Pistons team is number 1 in the East right now, and they are one of the bottom 5 3-point shooting teams in the league, which shows you that you don't have to shoot the 3 to win in the NBA.
I agree.
But now look at what the Pistons did.
Though, you have to be able to.
Yes, and look at what they did. Dude, I think this trade for the Pistons, in my mind, made the Pistons the favorite to win the title this year.
Yep.
The Pistons.
My only, I mean, yeah.
Who else? Who else?
I still gotta say that it's probably coming from the West, man.
You think so?
The Spurs and Thunder are so good. The Thunder are banged up now. They could even drop positioning with Shea missing time. He's got an abdominal deal. So
he's out until after the All-Star break.
But look, it's still early before the All-Star break.
It is. But I don't know, just in my mind, man. The Pistons
needed was another shooter, and they got it. I think Huerter's bombs away, man.
Dude, they pulled off a great trade here. I mean, so Minnesota ended up getting cash considerations out of this. Chicago received Jaden Ivey from Detroit, which I really like Jaden Ivey. I think he's awesome.
Yep.
And then they also got Mike Conley Jr. from Minnesota, which I heard, I don't know if this is true, I heard Conley is going to be cut and he's going to re-sign with Minnesota. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I
heard something about that, dude.
Yeah,
they were going to buy him out or something. And
he was going to take a lesser contract to go back to Minnesota and continue playing.
Yep.
But Detroit won this trade. They get Dario Saric from Chicago. a good role player.
Yeah, I don't know how many minutes he'll find his way into that line.
I don't either, but he is a good role player.
He is.
If someone goes down with an injury on your bench, he's a great guy to have sitting there waiting. Yeah.
He can shoot.
They got a 2026 first round protected swap with Minnesota.
Yep.
And then they get Kevin Huerter from Chicago. Kevin Huerter is exactly what Detroit needed.
Yep, that's all they needed. Was a guy that can stand in the corner and bomb it away.
Just patrol around, just move around the 3-point line and get open, and you will hit your shots. That's all they needed. They've got everything else in place. This Pistons team
they're fun,
awesome.
Man. Yep. And they play hard and good defense.
Cade Cunningham looks like everything he was advertised to be and more.
Yep.
And Jalen Duren, absolute stud.
Yep.
Good team. Isaiah Stewart, stud.
They went out and got what they needed.
There was so much movement at this. Honestly, this was one of the more active trade deadlines I've seen in several years.
With the injuries of late, with some of these top tier players, that the trade deadline could have been a snoozer, and it was very active.
Right. A couple trades that I think we talked about a lot of these because we see the writing on the wall, but a couple trades that I kind of thought, weren't getting talked about a lot, but were actually crucial trades was the Ayo trade. Ayo going to Minnesota, I think, is a big one.
Yep.
Huerter obviously going to Pistons. That's exactly what they needed. The Pistons, in my opinion, get an A+ on this trade deadline. They did exactly what they needed to do. Kobe White going to Charlotte, I think that's a huge trade. I think Charlotte is actually on the up and coming. I think Charlotte and Utah are going to be two really good teams here in the next couple of years with the moves they've made.
I like to see the Hornets winning.
Yep. Another one that I think could have a big impact is Jose Alvarado going to the New York Knicks. Not because he's like a superstar or anything like that, but just he's a really good role player. He's a great guy to come off the bench. He's a spark plug. Man. He gets in guys' faces. He gets in your head. He's a good player, and he's a tough-nosed player, and I think he could be really, do really well for the Knicks. And then Spencer Jones going to the Nuggets. I think you're just adding some role depth there. The Nuggets are pretty solid. I mean, they've had a lot of injuries this year, but they keep winning. But the Nuggets have a solid starting five. I don't want to mess with the starting five. Leave it alone. They've got a pretty solid rotation too. We've seen that with all the injuries lately, and they just keep winning.
Those guys stepped up huge.
Right.
Joker went down.
Yep. And then you add in Spencer Jones now, another good role player. I think Denver really shored up that team to go on another run in the West. Sure. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Denver playing the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals.
They could. Yep.
They're one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the West. So. Was there any other trades you wanted to hit on, Wes? I know, like I said, there was a lot of movement at this deadline. It was fun.
Yep.
It was really fun.
It was fun.
We don't always get this, is the thing. Sometimes the deadline comes and goes and you kind of forget about it because it's just quiet. No one really does anything.
Yeah, it was very active.
This was cool.
A lot of teams moved the needle at the deadline.
I think a lot of teams moved the needle.
I think the Pacers made a good trade getting that center. I think, it's a lot of movement. Good movement.
Yeah, the Pistons, I'm excited to see what they do. We didn't even get into your guy. Let's touch on that one real quick.
Oh, McCain.
Yeah, Jared McCain moving to the Thunder from the Sixers. What's your thoughts on that one?
Well, initially, I thought the move was to get some picks to facilitate another trade. McCain looked great last year, man, as a rookie before he got hurt. He was on pace to get Rookie of the Year, and it wasn't even close.
Oh, yeah. He was awesome.
I think he started slow this year, little rust. His last few games, he was shooting really well.
Right, yep.
I don't know that Morey said they sold high on him. I mean, they got a first in a few seconds.
Yeah.
That first is going to be a bottom of the lottery pick. I think it was the Thunder's, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
I don't know. Our guard room was pretty crowded here, right?
Actually, it says here that the Sixers acquire either the Thunder's, Rockets. What does that say? Either the Thunder's, Rockets top 4 protected, or the Clippers 26 first round pick, whichever is second most favorable.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of an odd thing, but
I don't think either. Well, the Thunder had so many damn picks that they
right
with protections and swaps. Look, I I hope McCain does well. I like the kid. Our guard room, like I said, Sixers guard room was crowded, man.
Yes, it was.
You got Edgecombe playing great for a rookie. Quentin Grimes, I know that he could be gone after this year. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you can't just keep them all together just in case.
Right.
I mean, it'd be great in hindsight if Grimes walks after this year. See, he's just on a qualified offer, so he could bounce. If he does, if he gets a good deal, now you might say, well, it'd be nice to have McCain back. But yeah, anytime you get a first for a young guy that you're not sure about,
right. Well, and that's the thing. Like Jared McCain, like you said, his rookie year was great. He looked like he was going to be a young superstar coming up, rookie of the year. Then he gets injured, comes back kind of rusty. I think they moved him at the right time, because what if he doesn't pan out?
Well, right.
Now at least, hey, you got the absolute max out of this guy. He's good. And I think the Thunder, it's a guy the Thunder could really use. I mean, I don't know what the Thunder really need, because that Thunder's team is just built different. They're so good.
They got so much in their chest that
but
it's just another guy that could replace another guy going out.
Exactly. And that's what I see here is like, this is just another guy that could end up being a superstar on the Thunder. Like you got Chet, you got Shea, you got Jalen Williams. There's too many Williams. I can't keep them all straight. But yeah, like if you add Jared McCain to that and he ends up panning out, oh my God, this team's going to be scary.
It could be like another Isaiah Joe.
Yeah.
I think he's only got this year left on his deal, so he could be out.
Yeah. Well, in the like we and you have talked, the Thunder are going to get in this position where they're going to have to let guys go. They're gonna have to have a revolving door of role players,
and they
behind those superstars. And here you just added another guy that could be part of that rotation.
Yep.
And if he pans out, you keep him around.
But no, entertaining deadline.
Yeah, it was a really fun deadline. I think the biggest winners here are I think Cleveland getting Harden is a huge win.
Huge.
I think Utah getting Jaren Jackson's a huge win.
Yep.
Zubac going to Indiana, huge win. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, I think Kuminga going to Atlanta. I think Atlanta is really good.
For sure. I'm excited to watch him get some time, get some minutes. I like that kid.
Yep. And then I wanted to say one last thing before we go here. I think the Bucks made the right move. Leave Giannis there, wait till the offseason. I think they were smart there. They made the right decision. So any last thoughts?
No. Got the All-Star break coming up here. Quick. I know the All-Star game. It's hard to get excited.
Yeah.
But, let's see what they do this year. We got an international team as one of the 3 teams. So,
I think this could actually be really entertaining to watch. That international team is going to be way better than people are realizing. The league is getting more and more international every year.
Maybe the international guys will try.
Yeah.
And force our guys to try.
Yep.
If not, get spanked.
Yep.
Because maybe this will be a good. We'll see. I know Mac McClung. He declined to be in the dunk contest, so that's a disappointment. I saw that because he made it fun again. So we'll see, but we'll do a show on it. Yeah, for sure. This is our first episode of Triangle Talk. So if you guys are liking it, make sure you like it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We finally got our basketball show going, so we're going to keep this rolling. We'll have Carlos on, most of the times. It'll be, a combination of the 3 of us doing this show. So, just make sure you're checking out all of our other stuff. We got football, we got hockey, baseball. Now we got basketball going. So just stay tuned and keep liking the videos. Thanks for the support, guys.